Welcome, Charlie. How are you? Oh, I think we've got you muted.
There we go. Unmuted.
There we are.
And sharing, you see the share?
You're absolutely welcome to share your screen. Welcome to Hospitality Marketplace.
Hello. Okay, I'll jump straight in.
Awesome.
Hi, I am Charlie from Triptease. I'm going to talk about driving direct bookings through metasearch. So, I spent the last 10 years doing nothing but thinking about how to drive more bookings for hotels direct. And I think it's important to start with a frame of reference. Guests have to make two decisions. First, which hotel to book. And then secondly, they make a separate decision, which is which channel to book it on. And of all the changes going on in the online marketplace, the biggest shift in the last 5 years when it comes to choosing channels is the arrival of Google's Meta in such a big way, because so many guests now, when they're making that channel decision, are making it while they're sitting on a Google meta search. Sadly, today, most hotels are still underperforming on Meta. We see many who get 20, 30% of direct bookings through Meta, but the majority of properties are seeing 2 to 4%, and it's just not good enough. And that's despite the fact that we know guests have a natural preference to book direct, all other things being equal. And that there's such a massive opportunity now when guests are making that decision to have a link in metasearch to your website with a price, right? Every hotel can be there. You can even be listed for free. You can be there when they're making that decision. So what's going wrong? Well, the problem is OTA undercutting has ruined the meta opportunity. Sorry to pick on one of the judges, but actually the truth is it doesn't matter what hotel you look at these days, OTAs are undercutting in meta. And the reason they're doing it is because they know one thing: price matters above everything when a guest is making that channel decision. And that's why day in, day out, the OTAs are playing their little games to just undercut you enough to get the booking themselves. And we see the same thing happen for over 2,000 hotels we're working with on Meta. When a hotel is being undercut, the number of clicks they get from Google Meta is low. And when the hotel's got good parity, they will see more than double the number of visitors coming from Meta. And they'll see overall more than 3 times the revenue coming through from Meta. So this parity stuff really matters. That's one of the reasons we've already used it as a lever when we're running bid campaigns on Meta. So if someone's got good parity, we'll bid more. If they've got bad parity, we might not even bid at all, because you don't want to be there if you're not going to get a click from someone who's likely to book. And of course, we know about the importance of fighting for parity, and hotels have been doing that for many years. Triptease ourselves, we provide data to hotels live that shows who's undercutting you, so you can pick up the phone to that OTA and try to make sure that they actually match you. But we also know that this is just really hard work. Fighting for parity takes a lot of time, and it's a job that's never quite done. And that's one of the reasons why the OTAs are doing such a great job on Meta, why so many of them are now there bidding against your brand name. In fact, some of our customers are seeing more than 25 different OTAs in the auction. And when you have that many people bidding against you, against the direct channel, what happens is the costs go up. So not only are you getting fewer clicks and less revenue, you're also having to pay more for it, because all these OTAs are fighting against you, because that time they undercut you, they win the deal. Now, one thing we've done for many years is price match guests when they're on the booking engine. So if someone's made it to the hotel website and we know there's a cheaper price elsewhere, we can match that price. The problem is that's too late for some guests, because some of them never even arrive on the website. They've just clicked off to Expedia. So today I'm introducing a new way to win, and it's really simple. Triptease will now detect when you're being undercut, and we will automatically adjust the rate in metasearch, so that before a guest even runs the search, we've matched the best rate. And it's running automatically. The hotelier doesn't have to worry about it. We're matching the best rate in the metasearch auction. We're putting the same rate, the match, in the booking engine, and it's also the rate the guest will pay at checkout. So it's a consistent experience throughout the whole funnel, from before they even arrive on your website. And it's intelligent too. We don't want to match all rates from all booking engines at all times. We want to pick the right OTAs and give the right kind of discount. Now, I know one thing people always worry about is, well, I don't want to give massive discounts. But it turns out that more than 50% of the time, if you're matching just 5% undercuts, you'll be matching you'll be matching in parity, Booking, and Expedia. So you only actually need to have pretty small discounts to get the best rate. And as I say, see more than double the number of bookers coming through. So that's it. Fully automated price match for Meta, targeting the highest impact undercuts, fixing before the guest sees it, driving more direct.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Super insightful. Tanya, over back to you. Tell us a little bit about how much what you're spending on marketing today, and particularly what's important to you when working with Meta. Any questions for Charlie?
Well, we actually do not work so now in Meta. So for me, it would be important to know how are you actually controlling biddings when you're being undercut from OTAs without losing too much margin?
So the old way, the way that we've been doing it for years, is if we know that the hotel's got bad parity on a certain date, then we'll automatically change the bids for those dates for that hotel in Meta. So we're making like millions of bidding decisions and updates every week. And you couldn't do this as a human, right? All has to be automated. So for years, we've been running live parity checks, running the automated updates, and changing the bids. And that drives 30-40% better return on ad spend. Like, it can have a really big impact, but it's just simply we felt it wasn't enough. And so now what we're doing is we're seeing if there's a price is different, and we're going into Meta and changing the actual price that is being pushed to Google, because we have to push the price to Google for them to know what to display. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you for that, Tanya. Per, from the world of Nordic choice. Oh, I think we've got you on mute there.
Sorry. Hello. Thank you. Good pitch. I saw some of my hotels there, so actually we probably have some jobs to do. We've been having a strategy, like always, to have the lowest rate on the Meta, because our member rates actually push them to the Metas. But even though we can see a lot of things like you said, but I kind of like everything you say, except that instead of like fixing the hole in the boat, you're actually taking a system throwing out water from the front. So how should that be in the long perspective? Because I think if you use the system, you see that you're increasing. Maybe you stop focusing on actually fixing the problem, like working with the OTAs to get them stop undercutting you. How the hotels that succeeded with your system and used it, how did you use your system and the potential that they got there to actually do something with the OTAs? Sorry if it was very unclear.
No, I think that's a great question. And actually, we launched 2 new products this month. One is Price Match, and the other one is a new evolution of our Parity product, which helps hotels identify disparities and go and speak to OTAs, get screenshots, and fight them in the traditional way. I think the really key point here is we find that there are some hotel brands, particularly they tend to be larger, who manage to have enough power in the relationship with OTAs to be able to win that fight around disparity. Marriott, Hilton have really good parity because they're of that scale. Equally, even Nordic Choice, right? You're a good sized brand. As soon as you get to smaller properties or smaller groups, it's just so much harder. Even if they identify disparities, getting the OTAs to stop playing games, to fix them and stick with the fixes, is just a massive challenge. So I think you're in a slightly more powerful position in your negotiation with OTAs to be able to deliver that. And please don't get me wrong, a key part of our business has been and always will be helping hotels fix the underlying parity issue. But having done that for 10 years, we realized for most hotels, they'll never quite get there. And that's important. You've got to keep it going. You've got to try and fix the underlying issue. But live right now, most hotels have got a third of their metasearch prices are being undercut right now. And that's despite trying to fix parity for years. So we're just going to fix those overnight. It's done. They don't have to worry about those anymore.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Excellent questions. Well, thank you very much, Charlie, for participating with us in Hospitality Marketplace. Excellent pitch. And we'll see you again very soon, hopefully.
Thank you. It's fun.
Wonderful.